to the booth, we break it all down. The Vault Studio, the best show in town. Show in town, best show in town, best show in town. Lights on, mic check, game time, let's go. Jay George, Scotty running the show. Rock on the mix, keeping it tight. NFL talk every day, every night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio live show, playoff football.
Live playoff.
Here we go.
baby.
It's the business end of the season,
Oh, we are all business.
and there's no two other men I want to discuss business with. 6-figure conversations in here.
We've upgraded this
The-
year. We're doing 7-figure conversations.
7-figure conversations.
No
The big
mucking around
big
this
spanakopter over here.
year. Boom.
No singlet this week. We're flat about it. Everyone's
Yeah,
flat. It's not
It's
quite
all right.
hot enough
40 degrees the
outside.
other day.
Scotty has got his short shorts on though to release those quads
I do.
out of there into the
Quad.
wilderness.
Quadzilla.
And also
Live.
Tommy on the ones and twos over there doing God's work as he always
Absolutely.
does.
What's going on?
Putting up with
Pre-show.
us morons talking about
I actually feel like that's
pre-show
Wait.
talk.
the hardest part of his week is actually putting up with us.
Yeah.
Also think
I think it's just being in this room while we're having our pre-go
He
conversation.
must,
'cause-
he must filter it out. He must just go into
You know-
a zen-like state.
well, let's ask him. Tommy, you just go into a zen-like state
What?
when we're yeah, you just
Fill in it.
Not on.
See?
It's not on.
You know, after the podcast is that Ben Affleck meme where he's just at the front, just punching a dart. He's just like, as soon as the podcast finishes, like, oh, good.
Yeah, I enter what is it called? Inertia, or
Isn't it inertia how like quickly you move?
I don't know, but in the half an hour that I drive home from you guys to my family, I hit Zen state.
Love
Dead
it.
silent,
Yeah.
raw dogging the ride home. No radio, no podcast.
In his
just-
mind, he's like, what the fuck was I just listening to for the last 3 hours?
Eastlink looks like Rainbow Road.
I think the worst part is like none of our pre-game chat. You think it's all football? No, it's
No,
complete
almost
trash.
None of it is football.
Yeah, it's complete trash.
We're
Normally
here on-
about
We're
Trump,
here on the main topics, Trump and
all the big stuff. Shout out to our
Lebanese
friends,
Navy.
the Lebanese Navy, getting their jet skis in on Rye Front Beach. We've enjoyed that tonight. If you want to look that up,
That's so funny.
get onto Facebook and just Google jet skis at Sorrento Front Beach and enjoy it. It is. It's all George's mates in there.
Scott absolutely rolled me with that. That's so funny.
Shout out to our friends at the Sporting Globe, Churnside
Oh
Park.
my God.
Super Bowl tickets are live. QR code is on the screen. So make sure you just get your phone out, put it on camera, hold it over it. Little link will come up. Push it with your
Is
finger.
that how you use
Yeah,
it?
that's why I had to explain it because
Cool.
George didn't know how QR
You
codes
say
work.
wink.
Wink. It's a wink. It's a link.
I was almost.
Yeah. But you put me in a
Remind
blender.
me-
You put me in a blender. We're off the rails early tonight.
He's on one tonight. He's ready to go.
Me and Scotty have been together all day. It's been an
Yeah.
absolute laugh.
Yeah.
So, make sure you get your tickets. Be down there. We'll be there having a great day. I'm still waiting to work out how it's all going to work for the day with us, but there'll be something we'll do there. At the very least, though, we'll be watching the games. Come and have a chat with us, catch up with us.
Oh,
meet
I think
everyone.
we get some portable mics and we do like rolling Brian. We'll do rolling George. Just go around and speak to everyone.
Oh
pre the
my
game.
God, that's one of the best ideas you've
I
ever
think we'll
had.
do. I was thinking about it during the week.
That's
Tommy-
going to be something I'm going to have to do because you guys are going to be.
No. I don't drink, so I'm not going to be an
I'll be
inebriated.
hammered.
George
I'll-
roaming Mike with a punch to the head for anyone who doesn't think the Eagles are
Roaming,
great.
roaming Mike. No violence. I don't want to make problems for Dave. But yeah, we'll just go around and I'll just interview people.
That's the only reason that he won't punch someone in the head is just because
Yeah, that's
Dave's
right.
a good bloke.
Dave's a good bloke. Exactly.
That is actually, I've got the road mic we could set up on the phone.
We're doing it.
That's a great
No,
idea.
we're doing it.
All right, that's what we're going to be doing on Super Bowl.
Just
We're
don't go
going to
anywhere
interview
near the
some people.
toilets.
We're doing
Doors will be off on
pre-game
Super
and we're
Bowl
doing
day.
halftime as well. I'll go around and speak to everyone.
Awesome. Make sure you follow us all on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Shout out to our YouTube, especially to you, Tommy. There's a couple of those videos you've
Oh,
done.
yeah.
The Miles Garrett one.
That was
Oh,
elite.
so
yeah,
good.
That
ton
was
of
so
views.
good.
So good.
So if you want to see every one of Miles Garrett's sacks this year, there's a
Record
video on
break.
YouTube for that.
Yep.
So it's pretty awesome.
I mean, I just edited it together. It's
No,
a lot
don't
to do with Miles Garrett as well.
Don't undersell yourself.
yeah, Miles Garrett's the star of the show, but you're the one bringing it to everyone's eyes,
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm
Just
not.
say
I'm
some
not
shit.
going to say anything. ill
You're
of
the Miles
Garrett.
You're the Miles Garrett of this podcast.
I'll take that.
That's fair.
I'll
Very
take
fair.
Why
Rush-
you start
Rush-
taking your helmet off and
Rushes
bashing
hard off
blokes
the
with it?
edge, steals the edge,
Yeah.
hates white guys. That is exactly Tom.
Perfect.
All right, before we get too far off the rails, let's get into some games.
Playoffs.
There's 6 big games starting with tomorrow. We've got the Sunday morning game, 8:30 a.m. The LA Rams are visiting the 8-9 Carolina Panthers. this is the most lopsided game of the whole weekend by far, based on record. The only thing that makes me believe this could be a good game is that the Panthers beat them 4 weeks ago. But that could also not work in their favor as well. And the Rams, in fairness, over the past month, since Seattle beat them, have not been at their best. They've struggled. They will get Devonta Adams back. They've rested him for the whole regular season. Rightfully, that was a really good move by them. I'm sure they would have loved to have been the 1 seed, and they probably thought they could win the division still. But they rested him. It's going to pay off. He's fully healthy. He could have played last week, and he didn't. They just rested him and got him going. So he's a massive in for them. He helps Puka Nakua even more. He's great in the red zone.
He's an enormous in because he's almost been the recruit of the year, in my opinion.
He's been up there, yeah, for sure.
Just the amount of the talent injection into that offense, and obviously his route running ability is elite. So yeah, he's going to be a huge in. And
just in the red zone, he just gives you a big target. I think he scored 6 touchdowns from under 2 yards this year, which are all red zone targets.
Yeah.
So he's been really instrumental for that. I had
big shout out to the ring-in for the Rams. If you go on NFL.com and look at Jay Stafford is starting as quarterback for the
Jamie Stafford's the starting quarterback
for the Rams this week.
Shit, hey, they're gonna hurt because I love him to death, but he ain't no big game player.
Watch out for the QB sneaks up the middle.
He's very sneaky.
He's a snaky boy.
As we're calling out people, if Jamie Stafford is starting for the Rams, Lockie Kemp's got big money on Black Frodo Baggins balling out this week.
Yeah, I would have advised again. In fact, if you wanted to waste your money like that, just give it to me, bro.
Can we call him Brodo Baggins? Is that a bad name for?
I think that's pretty racist.
Is that racist?
Just a little bit. Yeah, it's on the borderline.
Well, and that's like so. For each game, we've got a few set topics, and we've split up the games 2 each, and we're going to do some set topics for each one. The first one is the key matchup, and it's a great time for Bryce Young to be brought up because the key matchup in this game is very simple. It's Matt Stafford versus Bryce Young.
Sure.
If Matt Stafford keeps playing like he does, and he has all year, and I think he will play really well, they'll probably have no issues. But the other side of this, if Bryce Young can find that magic that he's found a couple of times this season, when he broke the all-time passing record for the Panthers, he has had some big games, but as we've said before, his ceiling and his floor is so far apart at the moment, and that's the issue. And they will need him to have a ceiling game. He will need to be outstanding in this game, no mistakes, and he
played well last time against him.
He did. He played well without being. He's played well down the stretch without doing much. He's just kind of let the team work.
Yeah. 100%. It wasn't like he had a 350-yard game. It might have been 202 touchdowns or something like that. It was just,
The difference in last time they played was that the Rams turned it over, I think, 5 times, and I think one was a pick six.
I was going to let Scotty finish, and that's what I was going to say. Stafford basically gave them the game. With all the turnovers, which is very unlike him, and this year and in general. And they still had a chance to win the game.
Yes,
with all those turnovers.
Yeah.
So, with all things being equal, you got Devontae, and you negate those turnovers because him doing that 2 games in a row is very unlikely, and I don't see a path. I just don't.
No, and then my next topic was who has the advantage and why, and this is a really clear one. It's the Rams. They are probably a bit more even defensively than what people think. I think the Panthers are actually quite a tidy defense.
Yeah,
they're well drilled. They pressure well. They do everything at a pretty good level.
They're very just disciplined across the board.
Yes, 100%. So they're a decent defense. The Rams got a bit more star power on defense, but they're probably not as well drilled as the Panthers. So I think it's a fairly even part there. But where this matchup goes completely awry is where you've got who should be the MVP of this league, and I'll be shocked and annoyed if he's not, is Matt Stafford. They've got a good running game. Blake Corum's come on for some short yardage stuff and some explosive plays. Kyron Williams, we've already mentioned the 2 receivers. Puka's one of the best players. He's probably the best receiver with JSN this year, easily. They're 1 and 2.
He's in the Opoi discussion.
They're 1 and 2 this season, and you can argue black and blue about who's better, who's not, and then it's daylight between them, in my opinion. They've been so good. So they've got that. Puka's been great in the playoffs for them over the years. So the edge clearly, very, very clearly, is going to the Rams in this game. I think, do you guys agree with that or anything I've missed?
No, that's pretty fair. And I'd add on to that as well with, I think, coaching. Like McVay. That's
what I was going to say.
McVay, especially playoff McVay, is just a different animal. And it's nothing against Canales. I actually quite like Canales. And
I like him a lot.
What he's done in a 2-year rebuild for one of the worst teams. They were worse than the Jets, than this year's Jets.
Horrendous last year.
They're the worst defense in history.
Yeah.
So how he's turned them around should not be lost on what's happened and how the year ends for them. But
especially with Bryce Young's limitations, I think he's done very well.
Yeah.
Considering,
But there's a lot of hope there for the Panthers. I know they were 8-9 this year, but they kind of let themselves down, and we've discussed this. The refs in that last game really made it hard for them to win as well, which was, it's not an excuse, but it's definitely a reason why that game went a certain way, especially down the stretch with all those terrible penalties they called on them. The 2 PIs were just awful. So that didn't help them. But they're in here. They're in the race. My prediction, I'm taking the Rams to win. I'm going to take them 31-17. I've tried to find a way that I think the Panthers can do this, and I just can't find it. I can't find anything logical that's going to make me give me like a gut feeling that they can pull this off. If they do, it'd be one of the biggest disappointments in the history of the NFL for the Rams, and one of the biggest surprises in NFL history if the Panthers were able to do it.
Yeah, I feel like their only way is to really muddy it up and but McVay's just so good at yak and designing these plays, and it's just going to be a tall ask, and it might be close or it might be a 1-score game at halftime and halfway through the third quarter, and then it will just blow open and it might end up being a 2 to 3 score game.
Yeah, I think that's what it will be. I think they'll keep it close for a little bit because everyone will come out energized, and the Rams, they might make a couple of mistakes, but I don't think it'll be enough. Honestly, I think they're too good, and McVay's too good. I think it'll be by the end of the third quarter, I think it'll be in control of the Rams, and only a big fall apart will help the Panthers win it. And I just don't see it happening. The Rams have got bigger fish to fry this year. I genuinely think they can win a Super Bowl from 5. And they will.
Oh, Dotson's out. That's huge.
Yeah, Kevin Dotson, the right guard. Yeah, he's missing as well.
He's been very, very good this year.
Yeah,
very, very good.
From reports, he's good to go. They're basically hedging their bets that they rest him this week, and then he'll be good for next week. Which, as I said, it's a risky thing to do.
Yeah,
but not as risky as robbing a bank, as our good friends used to say.
Who used to say that?
Shout out to Billy. Don't worry.
Okay.
Shout out, Billy. Remind me to tell you the joke after. Some people are
not. The pennies dropped. I know exactly what you mean.
I'll say it now. There's a couple of Chinese guys robbing a convenience store, and he picks up a bottle of alcohol and goes, "Oh, is this whiskey?" And he says, "Oh, not as whiskey as robbing a bank."
Oh, wow. That is awful.
You need the accent.
I can't do the accent.
Yeah.
It is frowned upon.
Yeah. I think the Rams will make short work of this.
Yeah,
personally,
I think that, unfortunately, I think that's how
too much talent on the offensive side of the ball. Scotty mentioned that, very briefly, the coaching is just they're completely different levels.
Yeah, at this stage they are.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. All right, next game, Tommy. What do we got?
Next game, we've got Green Bay Packers going to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, so this is my game. So this will be the third time that they've played each other this year, and it's
the third time in like 6 weeks.
Yeah, third
5 weeks, maybe.
And this is third time this year, and this is also the third time they've been playing each other for basically 100 years. These guys, and this is only the third time that they've met in the postseason.
That's probably the Bears' fault mainly.
Well,
I'd
mainly
say
because
so. Yeah,
Rodgers and Favre before them. Rogers was their daddy.
Yeah, he still owns them. He's just
I
on
think
a
if you
different
check
team
Wikipedia,
now.
he's still their daddy on Wikipedia.
Yeah,
and Favre was before that.
And if somehow they meet each other in the playoffs, he'll own them again.
Yeah, well,
right.
It's like, I don't think it'll happen, but it's like that big brother, little brother. It doesn't matter how big you get. The big brother's always going to win.
Yeah.
Rodgers is their big brother.
Yeah, their rivalry, they've played 212 times and they've only played 2 playoff games against each other.
This will be the third
time. It's crazy.
I thought that was a pretty crazy stat just to sort of lead it in.
And the Packers have won 109 of those games.
So that's about 50-50.
It's about 50-50.
Pretty
I got to admit, like the 80s Bears were pretty good. The 90s Bears were okay at times. The
early 2000s.
The early 2000s.
They were probably even with Favre. And
I call it the Urlacher Bears. Were
that's right.
They played each other for the first time in 1922.
I've got a Briggs signed jersey.
Briggs is good.
That's 1922.
1922 was the first time.
Another cheeky little stat before I get into my analysis is this is the first playoff game in Chicago since the double doink game. If you guys remember the
against Philly, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's another cheeky little stat for you.
What was that? 2017?
16, I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was 16.
What were the Bears doing in the playoffs?
Well, that's the last time they had meaningful football. Welcome back.
Yeah,
welcome back.
The double doink. Who was the kicker?
2018.
2018. There you go.
Cody Parkey.
Cody Parkey. That's right. I think he's still in the league. Actually, I
think he played for the Eagles after that or before that.
Yeah, I think he's still going.
Anyway, so obviously one of the interesting points I thought about this game is that obviously Caleb Williams making his playoff debut.
Yep.
and facing Jordan Love, who's had, I think he's played 2 or 3 playoff games.
I know he's played 1, and then he definitely played a second one that year, the one I'm thinking of, when he absolutely annihilated the Cowboys.
Yeah, and then he went to the championship game, lost to the Niners. They were up by the Niners, up against the Niners.
No, wasn't that the Lions?
Jordan Love's played 3 playoff games.
3,
yeah.
He won 1.
He beat the Cowboys in the wild card.
That was a great game.
2023.
It was so fun.
Lost the Eagles in 2024.
So that's going to be one of the interesting matchups that I wanted to talk about, because obviously Love has got a lot more playoff experience than what Williams does, and it's all well and good the regular season, but when it's proper bullets flying, win or go home, you gotta show up. Williams hasn't played in too many bigger games, and I don't think he's played in any bigger games than this, even in college at USC.
No, I don't think they didn't even make playoffs.
No, they didn't.
So he really lacks that big game experience, which could hurt him.
Did you see his press conference just on that?
No, I didn't.
So he had a pre-game. I think it was this morning. I actually watched the whole thing. Went for about 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
He was very good, I got to admit. He's very polished.
Oh, he's very sharp.
Very well spoken.
Yeah.
He's hyper intelligent. I mean, if you listen to him talk, he's so smart.
And the one thing I took away from it was when they asked, how much pressure do you feel on yourself to play a good game? And his response, paraphrasing, was, I'm very comfortable in my ability. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. If I have to hand the ball off 30 times a game and that's how we need to do to win, I'll do it. If I need to make a few big throws, I'll make them. And he said, I might not be successful, but the endeavor will be to make it happen and win this football game. I just thought it was he was very confident. And as I said, it's a different...
Didn't mince his words.
No, when you get out there and the bullets are flying, but it was very direct eye contact with, when you can see when they're in the prison and they're looking straight at the guy that asked the question. He was very decisive and didn't have to think about anything. He was very focused, which I really liked. I think it gave me a lot of hope for him.
Well, and I don't think anyone can question his toughness or his competitive edge based on what we've seen over the last 2 years. And hopefully, if what you're saying is correct, that'll hold him in good stead come game time. The other thing I wanted to talk about is that this is another interesting thing to think about, is that both teams are coming into this playoff game with losing streaks.
Yes.
Chicago have lost their last 2 games.
Yep.
And Green Bay have lost their last 4. So obviously the one last week they rested all their starters, including Love and whatever, to basically get ready for this game because they knew they were already the 7th seed. But not a thrilling amount of form coming into a do or die playoff game, especially for Chicago at home. Off 2 pretty not great losses.
Green Bay haven't won since Micah Parsons got hurt in that Denver game. That was the start of their 4-game loss.
In the Denver game.
Yeah.
And they were close when he got hurt.
They were up. So it's made a big difference. Their defense has gone from without him, it's 28 points a game instead of 21.
Touchdown difference. Wow.
They've had 3 sacks in 4 games without him. Before that, they were averaging, I think, 3, almost 4 sacks a game before that. So because when you have a guy like that, as we all know, it's not just him that creates the pressure. It's what the offenses have to do to account for him that opens up holes for everyone else.
Exactly.
Well, and what they were doing really well, just to really dive into it, is they would have him and a DT do a stunt and then also overload blitz the other side. So if you send help
this way, guys coming that way on both sides, it's like what?
Well, if you help off the stunt, there's a free blitzer coming the other way, and if you load up on the free blitzer, the stunt's going to work every single time because it's one-on-one coverage, and you're going to drag your tackle or your guard out of their spot and loop in off their ass.
Fast enough to be able to beat just about anyone.
The absolute key when you've got an elite pass rusher is to make sure you get him single blocked. And they do that. You don't have to always send that guy, but what they'll do is they'll bring the linebacker down on the opposite side. So the running back has to go, all right, well, I've got to go this way because that's my guy I've got to protect. If he's off the ball, he's like, okay, cool. If he comes, I'll be able to pick it up from distance and then move and get him. But if he's at that line, and often what the linebackers do is they're actually in man coverage and they're covering the running back. So if the running back releases, they just scoot and go with him. If he doesn't, they fly down and they make him block him and they create those one-on-one blocks. It's pretty basic defense when you've got an elite pass rusher. The hard part is having that elite pass rusher.
It was going to be part of my thing, but because you mentioned that, that was a real turning point for this team. Obviously, the defense and the team in general. When Parsons got injured, I think it really just took the air out of their sails a lot this year. And I think they went from feeling like, we can win the whole thing to shit. Oh, are we going to make the playoffs? Kind of thing. And it's sort of indicative. Like you said, they've lost 4 games in a row as a result.
Yeah, well, I think defensively they were really close. That's why they made the big trade for Parsons because they were very good on every level. And McKinney's a fantastic safety, and
McKinney's a very good chance to be an All-Pro safety.
I was just about to say, and he should be in the conversation for All-Pro, but I think that's probably one of the toughest positions to get into. But
there's a few good ones there, like Bates and all them.
So they went all in for the luxury of having a premier pass rusher, but the rest of their defense, in theory, shouldn't change.
No,
like we've seen them play the Bears very tightly for 2 games.
Well, and one of those losses for the Bears, they were up, and in fairness to Caleb Williams, he just took the game over in that fourth quarter and basically stole it from him. And then in overtime with some of the best throws you will see this season.
Don't forget they needed that onside kick to win that game. So a bit of a lucky
they were up by
win.
10 points with the backup quarterback in there.
And then Willis fumbled it twice in overtime. He didn't lose either of them, but it ruined their overtime drive.
Exactly.
And it said a lot of things went the Bears' way, and a lot of things have gone the Bears' way this season. Am I crazy that I just don't think that's going to end? I think they're going to run up the arse of the Packers.
Things like this have a tendency to stay with you all year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The other point that I wanted to bring up as well is Jordan Love hasn't played in almost a month.
Yeah.
And my question to you two is: will he be rested or will he be rusty?
He has shown that he can be right. He's a streaky quarterback, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm concerned.
He relies on getting in rhythm, getting in time, and it can sometimes take some time.
He's the NFL equivalent of and this is an NBA term. Scotty will like this. He's the NFL equivalent of a volume shooter. He needs the ball, throwing 30, 40 times a game.
Yeah.
And that's where LaFleur really needs to give him like the first drive. 4 or 5, bang. These are our go-to passes.
Yep.
You're seeing the ball, you're seeing the hole, you're seeing the pocket, bang, bang, bang. Force him into a rhythm to then, and that also will bring the defense down a little bit, open up.
That's a really good point, Scott, because I'm concerned that he's going to go the other way and he's going to try and just feed Jacobs. That's my concern, but I don't think that's what he should be doing. He should be trying to get
this Bears defense is
rhythm.
susceptible to passing the ball on them. That's where they struggle the most. You can definitely pass on them.
The Bears defense
typically on tight ends, unfortunately, Kraft is out.
The Bears defense is a very strange defense
because they give up a lot of yards, both rushing and passing, but they also lead the league in turnovers. In turnovers.
Do you know who the Bears defense remind me of? The Saints the year they won the Super Bowl.
Right.
They weren't an overall very good defense. But when the bullets were flying, they would generate that turnover that you needed in big moments. And that's, if you remember that Saints Super Bowl run, the NFC Championship game, they got the pick 6 on Brett Favre. It was Porter. And then they got
the pick 6 on Peyton Manning.
And then they got the pick 6 on Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl.
And then the onside kick as well.
The half,
So they're like, this is an opportunistic defense, right? That if Love, who is susceptible to turning the ball over, you've got that.
This leads me brilliantly into my last point, which is both defenses are very lackluster. Which offense can take advantage?
Yeah, so I think that
the back half of this year, since Parsons got injured, the Green Bay's defense has been very bad.
They've fallen off a little bit, absolutely. But the last time they played them again, it took some magic. So if Caleb Williams is going to win this game, if it's going to take some magic again, I think he can do it. We've seen him do it, but that's also not a guarantee to happen.
No, it's not something you can plant your flag
on. That
sure.
throw in overtime to win that game last time was very well covered and perfect. And then the first one they played where they had the overtime play, and that was against the Niners where he had was it the Green Bay Packers where he picked it off in the end zone?
Oh, Nixon.
Nixon got it. So that was another
Nixon
one where
was also in coverage on that throw that he made to win the game.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So if that ball against Nixon's underthrown by a yard, he probably picks that off in overtime or at least stops it.
Yeah,
and then he picks it off again in the end.
And then in that first time they played, that ball was probably just a yard short. If it was a yard higher, he doesn't get to that ball. Goes over the top,
it was also
sitting there.
An absolute fantastic play.
Yeah, it was amazing. That's what I mean. So the margins are so thin in these situations that I actually think this game's going to come down to if the Bears want to win it, it starts on the ground.
Yeah.
And it starts with Swift. And I've forgotten the other running back's name and I should remember.
Mukumbai
or something like that. And he runs hard and he's explosive. It's going to come down to them keeping the ball out of Love's hands, keeping them off the field, frustrating them, not letting him get in a rhythm and building a lead and then generating that turnover from him trying to force it. Because that's what Love is prone to do in big moments. He'll try and force it and just miss it.
He's got the arm. That's why he's going to back his arm. He's always going to do it. That's how he's ridden and died by his arm.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, when you've got that arm talent, you go, fuck it. I'm just gonna rip this.
And that's why he's such a polarizing guy.
Yeah.
Because he can make these huge plays where you're like, that's the best quarterback in the league. And then he makes these plays, you're like, what the hell, man?
What's he doing?
It's 2nd and 1. Why are you underthrowing a ball to get picked off?
You don't need to win the game right now. Like, what are you doing? Chill out, dude.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to the pre-snap motions that the Bears run on all their players on offense. And I think if after seeing them twice, if the Packers defense can key in on a few things and maybe send some, replace the motion with blitz and all of these sort of bits and pieces to take the timing away from the Bears. And then if they can do that, they can potentially just take them off rhythm and win the game just on that.
Sure.
I think this game's going to be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
Well, that leads brilliantly into my prediction, and I agree the game will be close. And I've given it to Chicago purely because it's at home.
Yep.
That's the only thing I can find to split these two teams. Because if you look at their last two matchups, like you said, the margins were fucking paper thin. The last two games. So I've got Chicago 24, Green Bay 20 is what I've got.
Yeah, I think that's a fair score one. I have Chicago winning as well, close. I think I'd
go the Packers only because their defense can sustain a really good game plan for 4 quarters.
That's fair.
They can lock a team down for 4 quarters, where the Bears defense is streaky and relying on turnovers. And I think
they've relied on turnovers all year. That's the only reason they've won games.
It's not sustainable in playoffs.
No.
Relying on turnovers to be a good defense is not sustainable.
I agree with you because come playoffs, everything changes. It's not like you can almost throw the fucking regular season out almost.
Well, that's what
playoffs.
Literally playoffs is. It's you should throw the regular season out.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Like talking about the Panthers and Rams, like it doesn't matter what their records say anymore. It does not matter.
Yeah.
Every team
4v5 and that's it.
It is any given Sunday.
Win or go
1v1. One chance. If the best team has a slight, like look at the undefeated Patriots that year against the Giants. They had one bad game that year in the Super Bowl, and they just lost. Like they were pretty good the whole year. Well, they were amazing the whole year, and they let themselves down that last moment. One slightly off game, you're 3% worse than what you normally are, and that team's 5% better. And even though they're worse than you, that's it. It doesn't matter. They just find a way. So I think this is actually I'm so excited for this game.
It's gonna be a really good game.
NFC North in the playoffs, like
in the cold, in the wind.
And anytime you get division teams in the playoffs, man, it's so fun.
January, Chicago. Oh,
arguably the best two coaches as well going against each other this season.
Well, and just quickly while we're talking about the coaches as well, I think I don't know if he's coaching for his job in Green Bay, but if they lose badly, his seat's hot, man. Because they haven't extended him.
I think it's warm next year.
And the GM whose name escaping me at the moment, I think it's not Policy. Is it Policy?
I thought it's not the German guy. So like Gunderhouse.
No. I'm pretty sure it's Ed Policy.
Ed Policy.
Yeah.
What
his dad was the GM of the 49ers when they were
Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah,
Gutekunst.
Is that German? No. That's feel German.
Who's Ed Policy the GM of?
I don't know. That doesn't matter right now.
Sure, it doesn't. Thank you.
Ed Policy is your insurance proprovider.
No. He's someone. I know he's.
Yeah, Gutekunst.
He's Green Bay's GM, right?
He's their CEO.
Right. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
it is an interesting point.
They basically said that they're going to review it in the offseason.
It's a wait and see after.
Is he not under contract next year?
No, he's under contract next year.
One more year.
Following year, but I think they want to get it tied up this year.
Okay. So his seat could be semi-warm.
If they win this game with the injuries they've got and get into the second round, I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough. I think it might. I think the fact that we've mentioned it plenty of times, Tucker Kraft missing is usually. I think Paul just commented as well that the season kind of fell apart on offense when
you also need to read Paul's other comment, which I'm not going to put up.
We won't put that one up. Very, very good, Paul. But we're not playing. We're not reading that live.
It's Gutekunst is German for something.
Okay, but we'll probably just leave it there then. Shout out Paul.
What does it start with?
Good C.
Okay.
Good Kunst.
It's a real Aussie slang, and I like it. Good for you. I think Bears will win. It's going to be exciting though. I can't wait for it.
Yep, great.
Yeah.
You're taking Packers, Scotty?
Yes,
yep.
Only because of the defensive consistency that I touched on before.
Yep, fair enough.
I think both offenses. I think you give the advantage to the Bears, but I think there's a smaller gap between the both offenses and the bigger gap in the defenses.
Yeah, fair.
Got some good comments on this game as well.
Yep.
Mostly, pretty much all from Paul Egan.
Paul.
He wanted to make light that the Packers season really stalled when Tucker Kraft got hurt.
100%.
And then really went to shit when Micah Parsons went down.
Yep.
As you said, Jimmy, about the Packers being brilliantly coached. And the Eagles last year had no business being in when he pretty much had a really good playoff game. He kept them in the playoffs versus the Eagles last year.
Oh, LaFleur did.
Yeah, LaFleur.
With his coaching.
Sorry.
I can't even remember that game last year. The Packers.
That was the one they fumbled in the snow on the kickoff.
It was the first game, right?
Yes.
The wild card. Right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles got the call to go their way and punch in a touchdown, and it was all over.
And he also wanted to
I
make
genuinely can't remember that
The
game.
refs cheated for the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's all.
and he also wanted to make a good point that it's a shame this game isn't in San Fran for Caleb because it helped with his zestiness.
Yeah. You know, I don't care if he's zesty. He's a absolute baller. Good on him.
But
He's really won me over.
He's won me over.
An extra comment.
When he got drafted, we were like, "Oh, this guy." And he won us over the first year by just taking all those hits, and then this year he's just gone up a notch. Sorry, Tom.
And there's an extra comment on over on Insta where we're live on Insta as well.
Nice.
Shout out.
Matthew Jackson calling in.
Jacko.
He reckons it's going to be an ugly game, but the Bears will get the chocolates in the end.
Yeah,
Fair,
okay.
very fair.
You just cheer home our shook.
Yeah, we need Tyler.
The big
Shout
Saints
out
fan.
to Jacko.
Big Saints fan.
I've never met Jacko before. Sends the Vault all these clips and stuff.
Yeah.
Constantly commenting on stuff. Shout out to you,
Well,
Jacko.
well, for you, buddy.
Almost fan of the year, Jacko.
He's a mediocre bloke at best.
I've heard that. Scotty has definitely talked you
he's
down,
good.
but I'm not letting
No,
it
no,
happen.
No,
He's a champion. He's absolute champion.
Nah, legend. All right, next game, Tommy. What do we
All
got?
right, we're heading over to the AFC for our next game. We got Bills and Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is me. This is the big dog, yeah?
Yep.
I've forgotten. Yeah, I thought it might have got. No, we're just doing it by schedule. So that's my worst.
And we're saving the
You've,
best for
you've only
last
got the
one.
big
Come on,
game,
boys.
Scotty.
Yeah,
Save
you got
the
the big
best for
game.
What a
All right.
shittest game.
Bills at Jags. So first to start with this, Jags are home dogs in this game.
That's diabolical.
They are not the favorite in this game, which is I think fits them perfectly because what has Cohen said all year? We're a small market
whole world
team.
against us.
Yeah.
Yep.
It really plays into what he's selling.
Well, he's sorry.
Yeah, go.
He said that they're a small market team because that's what
Peyton said about it
Payton said about the Jags
before they played him.
Yeah,
And they
and
beat him.
pants.
And
Yeah.
touched them up as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you,
Proper.
there's one team doesn't want the Jags to get through, and that's Denver. Because I would say Denver. That's the only team Denver would be really,
And that was
really
in Denver
concerned
too.
about.
That was a hell of a win.
We'll talk about Denver coming up. They should be worried about a lot of teams.
Yeah, the AFC. I think the AFC is soft anyway. But this game here, the key matchups for me are Bills offense not turning the ball over.
100%.
The Jags, it's well known that when they generate a turnover, they win. Simple as that. Every game they generate a turnover, they have won. They've won 8 in a row. And the other side is that the Bills, and this is probably the only slander on Josh Allen I will ever say, but he's prone to a game-crushing turnover. And it could be in the second quarter, but in a big moment in the red zone, he'll stuff up and make a big mistake when he could have just run it and got a first down or something like that. Like he'll force something, right? And if he does that in this game, I think that will kill them because the Jags will get the momentum. They will allow Lawrence and that offense to just play it safer, not have to do a lot. I don't think the Bills' defense is very good. Like they're so up and down. They're basically the Bears without turnovers. Like they are so up and down right now. And what Bills defense are you going to get? So I'm not relying on the Bills defense. This game is going to come down to Josh Allen, Cook, and the offense not giving the Jags extra possessions, keeping it tight, keeping the scoreboard pressure. If they can get up by 10 points, they can roll this game because they can run inside on these guys and knock the game out. But you cannot turn the ball over against this Jags team. It is the one thing this season that they have dominated teams on. So that's the key matchup for me in this one.
There's two really interesting matchups for this, and the Jags are very susceptible against the run. And combined, I think Josh Allen and James Cook are the best running duo.
Yes,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Absolutely. They are.
So, and then on the other side, through all the wins, Trevor Lawrence is one of the better running quarterbacks as well. So he's going to force the Bills to be in a spy scheme or a spy sort of formation. And then you have to account for Josh Allen. So I think we might see a lot of big plays in this game just because the linebacker is going to be down and that opens up the post and the digs and all of that sort of stuff in behind the linebackers, which both these coordinators feast on. deep breaking in routes. And I think that if you're going to get into a sort of shootout, the Jags are probably not the team to do it against.
No, I think a shootout's probably not a good thing for the Bills because they will then have that bad turnover.
I think Trevor Lawrence is also prone to it, but the Bills' defense is harder to predict to make it.
Yeah, it's going to be harder for them to get the turnovers.
Yeah,
you're definitely betting on the Jags to get the turnovers more than the Bills.
I feel like the Bills could get 2 turnovers, maybe 3, and still lose this. Like that's where I think they're at, unless Josh Allen.
Oh no, if they get 3 turnovers, this is an absolute blowout.
I don't know.
Because they'll just run the ball, they'll wear them down. There's so many extra possessions.
I'm just scared, and it's like into my next point is who has the advantage in this game and why. The Bills have the advantage, and it's a very clear reason why. It's Josh Allen.
Oh, for sure.
He's the best quarterback in football. He has been almost untouchable in the playoffs. Even in losses, he always plays well. I think his numbers in the playoffs are like an MVP season when you put them all together. Like it's unreal how well he plays. Now he does have some turnovers at times, but he normally makes up for it pretty quickly. I just think that the advantage goes to them purely because they have Josh Allen. And if he has that Josh Allen game, like you said, they could win this by 3 scores. Like they could have it could be over by 3 quarters. Like start of the 3rd quarter, pump in a touchdown, get up by 3 scores, get out of there.
Yeah,
like,
see, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I don't think that's going to happen. And I'll get to my prediction soon, but
I'll tell you why.
It could happen
because I spoke about it briefly pre-show, and I'll mention it now too. Obviously, the Jags are on an 8-game winning streak heading into this game. So their form is immaculate. And yeah, there's been a lot of like Titans and Colts in there, but they've had 2 really, really good signature wins in that 8-win run. They went and they smoked the Chargers.
Yep.
And then they went into Denver, which we just spoke about, and absolutely mollywopped Denver. Denver were never in that game.
No.
Forget what the score was. Denver had nothing that game.
Yeah, it was. They won by 2 touchdowns, and the score looked better than what that game was.
It did. It actually
was like when they played the Chiefs earlier in the year, and they won by. I think they won by 2 scores in that game too, and they should have won by 4 scores. That's how much they dominated.
So they've had a couple of really good signature wins in that 8-game run heading into this playoff matchup. Obviously, it's at home, which I mean, Jacksonville isn't known as a huge home field advantage. But the reason why I brought it up is because Josh Allen's Bills on the road in the playoffs are 0-8. They've never won a playoff game on the road. So the fact that they're road favorites is diabolical to me.
They're not anymore.
They're not anymore.
Oh, is it going back, has it?
Yeah. It's 185 to 195. It's very close.
Very close.
It's flipped the other way.
It's flipped.
Well, and also those 8 losses are probably against the Chiefs and Ravens.
Fine, but like you get my point. It's like it's enough. It's enough of a sample space to say that it's a trend, man.
I would say 4 of them are against the Chiefs.
I would say 5.
Can I ask a question about Josh Allen?
Yeah.
If he loses this game, does he start getting the Lamar Jackson playoffs brush?
This is the hard part because they're kind of similar in their playoff.
Because the Chiefs aren't there anymore to be that sort of, he always runs into Pat Mahomes.
But he hasn't had the complete team like the Ravens have had.
Yeah, I think the Ravens have had better teams, but then on the same thing, like Lamar, I feel gets a bit unfairly blamed a lot of the time because a lot of their losses, especially the last couple of years, haven't actually been his fault. Like they've been his other.
I'm not trying to make it like needs to get the Lamar, but I think people are going to start looking at Josh Allen being like,
at some point it will flip because he got his MVP last year. Yeah, I think if he loses this game, you can. For me personally, no, I won't start thinking of him like that. I think they could get better next year and actually have a better team.
I mean, if he gets to a championship game, I think the narrative's the same, but getting beaten by who people don't think Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback, all of a sudden the narrative kind of flips to being like, well, maybe this guy's the new gunslinger in the AFC.
Are the Jags just a better team? Like the Jags on paper, if you go through most positions,
they are.
They're stronger in other than quarterback and running back. They're probably stronger in almost every. And I think the Bills O-line's better than the Jags. Not by a lot though.
That's not how fans look at the NFL.
No, they look at quarterback, and that's where this is where being the quarterback's either fantastic or terrible because you get all the blame and all the credit.
Exactly,
and that's what the money's for, as my good friend George.
That's why they get paid $60 million a year, mate.
So to answer your question, Tom, no, I don't think the blame from me. I don't think it'll start. I think the media will start though in this one.
And I think that they would be within their right to start.
Yes,
I think because he's a lovable bloke and he gets along well with everyone.
Yeah,
it almost buys him some grace in the media. And if the media is not turning on him, like the fans won't really either, because fans' opinion, a lot of people are morons and they just take the same.
The views of Scott do not reflect the views of the
people. I mean,
yes, they do. Yes, they
the
do.
people listening to this show are morons.
Especially Jacko.
no, he's all right.
What about the blokes presenting? We're the fucking morons.
Yeah, we are absolutely the morons. No, but like they just echo the opinions that the talking heads will have.
Sure.
But I think if Josh Allen doesn't rub the talking heads and all of that the wrong way, then they're not going to turn on him in a sense. But like Lamar's probably a little bit polarizing. I think he's really beloved in his city.
I think it's the Ravens. I think the Ravens are less liked than the Bills because the Bills have literally never had any success.
Sure.
Yeah.
They've been to 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost all 4. That's their greatest
And,
success.
And all their
that was
fans
30 years ago.
Yeah.
And all their fans do all the donations to other teams' charities and stuff like that. So like
they're just a very liked organization. And like, they've the Patriot era was just horrific. The Tom Brady Patriot era was horrific for the Buffalo Bills.
It's also easy to like a team who doesn't win.
Exactly.
It was like the Western Bulldogs ages ago. Everyone liked the Bulldogs because they never won anything.
True.
And then they won, and then we hate them.
Yeah.
Unlike Collingwood, who
But
everyone just hates all the
Marcus
time.
Bontempelli is Josh Allen. We still like Marcus.
Exactly. That's actually probably, if you're an AFL person,
Yeah.
that's a very good comparison to what it is.
gone over my head.
Sorry,
yeah,
Scotty.
I don't think so. Has Lockie got some comments? I can see him popping up.
Lockie's just saying that he's beyond stress for this game because he's got lack of confidence in the Bills' defense.
Lockie literally had a heart attack one time watching a Bills game. So Lockie, just look after yourself.
But he seems really concerned about it because he says here that it'll almost be over by the time he wakes up. So he's really putting himself out for the game.
I'm glad Lockie said that. There was one more point that I wanted to raise about this game. I think this game is really going to be a tale of two halves because you've got two teams that are polar opposites of each other. The Jags are like one of the best teams in the first half and really struggle in the second half. And the Bills are the complete opposite. They really struggle in the first half. And then, especially in the fourth quarter, Josh Allen's numbers in the fourth quarter, he's the best in the league by a country mile. Like it's daylight the second. So if the Jags want to win this game, they're going to have to jump them early and get out to a big lead.
Because they'll come back strong.
Because that they're going to come home.
And Paul makes a good point as well. Do you reckon the weather's going to be an issue because a cold weather team playing a warm weather team?
No, I don't. I think that the other way that's an issue.
True.
I don't think the Bills going into the warm weather hurts them in any way. I think it actually makes them better.
And it's not particularly warm. You're not getting the week 2 down in Florida where it's like
100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and like humid. I think that the weather's a little bit
and
different.
Jacksonville's a bit further north as well, so it won't be super warm.
I don't think it'll be. I think if the Jags were coming to Buffalo, or if it was like a Miami coming to Buffalo, don't even play the game. Like just send Miami home.
Sure.
But I don't think it's an issue with them going to the warm. Sorry.
Actually, Lockie doing our job for us. Same big concern. Dane Jackson is starting at quarterback with Hairston out.
Yeah, Hairston's an out. Like the Bills'
Absolutely.
defense is just. It is what it is at this point. It's not great. If Milano plays, they'll be solid in the running game because he's a dog, but he needs to stay healthy for them to be able to stop the run. Jags aren't necessarily a great running team. They're committed to it, but they're not that good at it.
They're very inconsistent.
Yeah, and they're not a good run defense. They're about, I think they're 17th in the league.
No, they're terrible,
defense.
and that's where my prediction
They're
is.
actually I think they're the worst run defense in the playoffs, if I remember correctly.
Right,
Or
okay.
one of the bottom two. So
what's your prediction?
my prediction is, and this kills me because whoever loses this game is going to hurt. Like I actually would really love these teams to not be playing each other because I like them both a lot.
Sure.
And this kills me even more to do this to my man Josh Allen. I think the Jags are going to win 31-28.
Yeah, it's going to be yeah.
I think the Jags will build a lead and they'll hold on and they'll probably get a field goal. They'll get a field goal late to win it. That's what I think. I think it'll be a good game. And it'll come down to that. And that I said, whoever loses this game is going to be deflating because I love Liam Cohen. I love Lawrence. I love Josh Allen. I just think that at home, Jags going to be that little bit that separates them.
The problem is with the Bills, if they somehow manage to get out of this game, there's a really clear path for them to the Super Bowl because there's no one ahead of them that they really can't beat. But I don't see them escaping here with a win. I think the Jags defense will be able to get enough pressure and enough turnovers to turn the tide. And Lawrence and Cohen have really, really come on in the second half of this year.
Yep.
It's funny, amazing to think that 12 months ago, we were here, or 11 months ago, 10 months ago, whenever it was, we were here making fun of
Duval.
He's this goofy looking dude, and he's
you know what? He should forever be being made fun of because just for that moment, he should be made fun of for that moment. Like that will be the moment that everyone.
He's
talks
gone
about.
from that to the Jags have won 13 games, and he's in the coach of the year.
The only bad part about that, the worst part of that clip was
the suit.
The suit.
Yeah,
he's wearing his dad's suit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Now, when you see him after the games, now he's got the tight undershirt on. He's kind of jacked. He's kind of big dude.
He's really, really evolved too. Because you remember, this year, he's given it to Peyton, which
Salah.
you touched on. He's
he wanted to fight,
threatening to kill Salah on the field.
No, not true. He started Salah, and Salah responded with, "I will fucking kill you," and
he didn't back down.
He's
Salah
like, "All right."
back down, and Salah's a big dude too.
Yeah.
So
Salah, I think he would kill someone. He's got that look about him.
Yeah.
he would definitely go.
And
it's crazy.
Early on, he was getting in Lawrence's face when he was making mistakes. You can tell, this guy's a legit coach, man. He's not just some goofy dude, that he's a joke or whatever. This guy's a legit coach, and
he's not like a Mike McDaniel's goofy guy that. No. That's not like saying Daniels can't be a good coach because of it, but it's just he's not that sort of character.
No,
he's got some force about him. He's respected. He demands respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
He demands from his team, and that's why they're here.
It's clear that he's won the locker room over because look at how well they're performing. When last year they were one of the most limped teams in the whole AFC. Really, I predicted they're going to do enough to win. I think it'll be close, like you said, maybe 27-24, something like that. But they'll do enough.
Scotty,
for me, playoffs. You've been here. It's a different ball game. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jags haven't been here for a very long time.
Yep.
And this iteration of the Jags haven't been here for a very long time.
Ever.
This iteration.
No. Lawrence has played in a playoff. Lawrence has won a playoff game with Peterson.
Not this iteration of the Jags.
In their second year, did. No, you're right. Not this.
They haven't been here for a while. There will be a desperation here that the Bills haven't had before, knowing that there's no Ravens, no Chiefs.
Yeah,
this team's susceptible against a run, and we're at the most yards rushing James Cook has in the league. Josh Allen should be healthy with a week off.
Yep.
And I think that they're going to keep the time of possession, keep ahead of the chains, keep rushing the ball, lean on their running game, lean on their big personnel with the tight ends. And I think they're going to win 27-17.
Okay.
If they do what you said, it'll also negate one of the best things about the Jags defenses, which will almost eliminate the turnovers. They can lean on that running game, run, keep possession, bring everyone down. You can't turn the ball.
It's a game where you could see Josh Allen carrying the ball 15 times,
and
on set runs, powers, stuff like that.
And on top of that, just the quick release, just that's your receiver, bang, hit it. It will be open. We've schemed it open.
Yep.
Just keep control of the game, which Josh Allen has done a very good job this year of just keeping control of the game.
Yep, that's fair.
So
it's going to be a great game.
One quick question before we get out of this game. If the Bills lose, and not even badly, let's just say they lose in a close one, whatever, is McDermott's seat hot?
Ask Lockie.
Do you know what I think the problem is?
There's no one better.
There's seven teams now need coaches.
Yeah.
25% of the league now need coaches, to the point where Arizona are probably going to hire Cliff Kingsbury for the second time as their head coach, who just got fired.
Yeah.
That's how limited the coaches are this year. Harbrow's definitely going to get another job. Stefanski's definitely going to get another job. And McDaniels is definitely going to get another job.
Dude, I heard, what's his name's even taking interviews?
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy. Apparently Mike McCarthy's in the running for the Giants job.
Wow.
It's him and Stefanski they're going for. Which
I know you guys don't like
it.
I know that you guys don't like the Giants, but even you guys could just feel sympathy to Giants fans if they get McCarthy as their coach.
Well, they went and got Jason Garrett as the offensive coordinator after the Cowboys fired him. They love to get the slops of the Giants and Washington. The Giants and Washington are the masters of getting the slops of the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And
we're not talking about the fucking shitty Cowboys.
I'm going to put a button on this game. A fun little stat. The Jags in their history have never lost a wild card game at home.
There you go.
Hey, shout out to the 2016 Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
That should have beaten the Patriots in the AFC Championship.
And the 2022 Jags, who did beat the Chargers.
Where Lawrence threw 4 interceptions in the first half and then 4 touchdowns in the second half.
I'll never forget.
And Herbert was basically perfect in that game. Lawrence was like, nah, I'm done.
We need to move on because we've got two teams that are very undecisive.
All right.
Divisive in this room. And it's the
Scotty.
49ers.
Scotty's got this game.
Yeah, I'm not giving you the Eagles. I'm giving Scotty his 2 least favorite teams in the Niners and the Eagles.
This is elite.
I didn't know the Falcons made the playoffs.
Elite work from you.
No, you will never have to worry about the Falcons. Don't worry about that. All right. So what I have here is basically the main talking point, and I think we could spend a lot of time in this, is Vic Fangio's success against Shanahan throughout the years.
Yeah.
He's absolutely shut down the Shanahan offense.
Yep.
I heard a stat through the week that Vic Fangio, I'm just adding to your point. A Vic Fangio led defense has not scored more than seven. Has not been scored by Shanahan. Shanahan hasn't scored more than 17 points on a Vic Fangio.
I think it was
defense.
16 actually.
Yeah, it was 16.
It was an odd number.
So thank you for taking my stat in my own talking
You're
point
welcome.
in my own game.
You're welcome, man.
This is why you don't have Eagles games,
Just
George.
go and get
None of
your
us
fucking
would
jet
talk.
ski. Go and get your jet ski out of the water. On loan. All right, Scotty. On finance.
Yeah, and this is an offense. Fucking hell.
We're sorry, everyone.
Scotty's waited an hour to
Scotty,
talk, guys.
no,
Can we
Scotty,
please
yeah,
let him go?
Scotty, can you fucking take control? We're idiots.
And this is coming off a week where we just saw the Niners offense just completely disintegrate.
Yep.
And I don't think that the Eagles can do it the same way because they can't run the same personnel that Seattle can. I'm not saying that I don't think they're as good as a defense, but what makes Seattle so good against the Shanahan offense is they can stuff the run in their nickel and dime personnel.
And pressure.
And I don't think the Eagles can, but Eagles can do it by blitzing and all these other different ways.
Yep.
And Purdy might be 6-0 against all these bottom feeder teams, and they beat the Bears who beat themselves and all this other stuff, but he's never played well against good defenses. And I think when you get a really good defense against this iteration of the 49ers without a number one receiver, Pierce Sales, who knows what's happening with him? He's got like a...
I think he's out. He's done his PCL or something. I
Yeah,
think he's playing.
Yeah, Pierce's had a really weird
I
season.
think he's just come to the NFL for a paycheck.
Oh, he was
When he's
pretty
played,
good
he's been
last
well.
year.
When he's been...
I know he got shot, but like he's also...
And
like-
still came back quicker than Slant Boy.
Some boy never came back.
He's,
No,
yeah.
he did come back. He just wasn't good.
No, but it just never seems like to play through anything. It's like if it's a slight niggle, he's out, and he's out for like 3 weeks.
It's odd. He's had a very odd season. In
Yeah.
fairness.
I don't think that Williams is going to get up either. Trent Williams.
He didn't practice.
He hasn't practiced all week. And then there's a massive drop off between them and between him and their next left tackle.
Yep.
And if that's the case, this game is all over, and I think the Eagles will win 3-0.
I was waiting for it. There it is. Also, one good way is Nakobe Dean's back for the Eagles as well. I think did he play last week? No. He's back. He's full participant. He'll play this week, which is a huge in. They can then use Jihad Campbell.
He's the key to victory.
I think he's a very
Because
good
what
player.
he does is he just goes on George Kittle and
Yeah.
George Kittle will do nothing.
Him and Bourne can both play east and west very, very well.
Yeah.
And they, with this outside zone, can get and fill and force the run and pretty much blow up all these outside blockers, which is what Vic Fangio in a nutshell has done. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough day for McCaffrey. Probably another 2 yards per carry average, and ball in Purdy's hand. We're going to see a few ducks and we're going to see a few picks, and it's going to be pretty ugly, I think, this one.
And like the 49ers offense, if CMC is the only person on this offense, he leads them in rushing, obviously. He also leads them in receiving yards this year.
He's nearly got 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah, he's got just under 900. So he's been instrumental.
Just over
but
900.
Just over.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Yeah.
So if they shut him down, they look like Juwan Jennings has a few good plays here and there.
It's more of a third down red zone threat.
Yeah, he's
jump
a big
ball.
guy, but
Yep.
like they just
Kittle's the key, but even if Kittle goes off for 7 catches and 80 yards, then it's not enough for him to win.
No, I don't think so. The only way they can win this game is if you get a diabolical Eagles offense like that Chargers game where they just turn the ball over a shit ton.
Sure.
And this is, in fairness to the 49ers,
A lot of that was just the Chargers defense, though. They
and
were
that's what I
playing out
mean.
of their skin.
Very well schemed. And the Niners defense, in fairness to Robert Saleh, he's been one of the best DCs this year because he lost Bosa, who's one of the best. He's an ex-defensive player of the year. And
Fred Warner's a
and-
shoe in all pro.
yeah, Fred Warner's just a perennial all-pro. You lock him in as the linebacker every year, and
Yep.
they haven't had them for most of the year. and they're still playing pretty good defense because they're schemed so well and they all know what they're doing and they're well drilled.
Yep.
So I think the
other
Eagles
two linebackers got injured in last week as well.
Yeah, I think the Eagles offense may struggle to score in this, but I think the 49ers won't be able to do a lot against this defense. Like, I know they're not as good as Seattle and the Texans, the Eagles, but it's 1, 2, 3, and then it's a fairly big.
No.
And Denver are there with them, and probably Cleveland in
and Chargers. I think they're in the tier. I think it will go Seattle Texans coin flip, and then it will go Chargers, and then a bit of air, and then Broncos.
Yeah, but they're certainly a very good defense.
They're a top 5 defense for sure. Yeah,
and I think they'll be able to just make Purdy's life horrible. And if you can get pressure on Purdy, he doesn't have the glamorous skill set to be able to survive intense pressure.
And he's just a bit too small.
And the corners,
his arm's not as big. Like, he's played very well, but last week kind of just put the nail in the coffin that when they're going to play a really good defense, they're going to struggle.
I think what's going to happen is offensively for the Eagles, they're just going to try and pound the rock.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They're not going to be fantastic at it, but what that will do is the corners for the Niners, Green and what's his name? Lenore or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Lenore.
Lenore,
yeah. Lenore is his last name,
yeah. They're a bit smaller, and AJ Brown and Smith are just going to get these go balls and jump balls downfield, and however they get there is irrelevant, but there's going to be air under it and just going to give them every chance to get it, and you're either going to get a PI or it's going to get a chunk play out of that. So I think the Eagles will manufacture enough points to win.
That's fair. George, how are you feeling about this game?
Well, every week that goes by, the Niners get more and more injured, and every week that's gone by, the Eagles are getting more and more healthy.
Yeah,
you put the two teams down on paper, we've got more than enough talent to beat these guys.
Yeah, I think so.
The only way we lose this game is if we beat ourselves. Like you said, we just turn the ball over, which classically the Eagles team doesn't do. Normally. We don't normally turn the ball over. We've had obviously a few diabolical games here or there, but classically we don't turn the ball over.
Diabolical season.
Well, I mean, you can say that.
I don't think the offense has been diabolical. It's just been inconsistent. That's the problem with the offense. It's inconsistent, and it relies on the running game so heavily. And when it's not there, it struggles.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. And I mean, you can say that, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, we've also said in this podcast that when the playoffs start, you can almost throw the season away.
Yeah,
there's more than enough talent on both sides of the ball, especially on offense. There's a lot of guys getting paid a lot of money. There's a lot of talent there. Everyone's rested. Everyone's healthy. There's no excuses.
No.
Now it's fucking shit will go blind. You gotta do it now.
I think if the Eagles lose this game, it'd be a huge
shit will go blind. I don't know.
Is it what? No, I still love that.
Yeah.
So you either shit or you go blind. You can't say.
Cool.
So yeah, it's a lose-lose.
I actually did it once and I only half shit, so I went blind in one eye.
Yeah, there it is. Niners run defense is awful. Perfect opportunity for this well-rested, full-strength O-line and Barkley, who's again coming off a week's rest.
If they lose, how disappointed will you be?
If they lose, everyone's getting fired.
Do you reckon Sirianni get fired?
Kevin Patula's getting fired. Sirianni's getting fired. Guaranteed if they lose this game.
Do you actually reckon after they've extended him?
100%.
Would you be surprised as an Eagles fan if you did lose this game?
No.
You because you didn't
have
a lot of production offensively? If you lose a game, say 14-7, would you be like, yeah, that makes sense on the season?
Oh,
we didn't
score enough points. Yes. I would be very surprised if we lose this game.
Okay. Yeah.
Very surprised. Like I said, on talent, when this game shouldn't even be a competition.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying this season the Eagles have had it kind of like it can culminate into being like, okay, that was what we did all year.
It can definitely, and I'm hoping that it doesn't, and especially against this roster that's very banged up and missing a lot of guys, there's no reason why we can't put together a really, really strong offensive showing.
That's fair.
I think personally, just go the prediction. I think the Eagles are going to win 24-10.
Yeah, I think that's pretty close to mine. What did I have?
You had 23-17.
I think the Niners they'll flirt with 3 points for most of the game, and then maybe knock one in the third quarter to make it a 10-point game, and then the Eagles will just
defensively. I think our only weakness is our second corner because Quinion Mitchell's been absolutely.
He's been very good.
Yeah, he's a lot shooing for first team All Pro.
It's Adoree Jackson's your only real weakness.
Yeah, really.
And your other safety is a bit bad. Like
Blankenship.
No, I like Blankenship. He's just not great in coverage, but they also don't scheme him to cover, so that's fine with me.
Yeah,
it's the other. It's the rookie quarter. Is it? It's not Matumbo. I say it every week.
Makumba.
Like he's just a bit susceptible.
So
both
of them are.
Mitchell's been unreal. He hasn't had a TD pass caught on him all year.
No, he's been very good.
One. So, no, I don't think he has. Tommy's gonna look that up. I think he's had 0.
I thought he had one last.
He's got one.
Jackson's basically our only weakness, but the problem is that Niners don't have a receiver that can do anything about it.
No.
So
No, because Io's watching from home at Washington.
Or potentially
not-
in jail
not-
after his little joyride.
Not Ayuk. I mean, Fatso.
Oh, Debo.
Devo. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's watching
at
from
home
home.
in Washington. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, George is right. Quinion Mitchell,
Zero.
zero touchdowns.
0 tutties.
No, he's had a great year. I said this will be, I actually think this game will be probably it'll be a great game if you're an Eagles fan. I think it'll be one of the worst games to watch because the Eagles offense don't really, even when they're good, it's not that fun a product to watch, right?
Yeah, they're relying on
unless
explosive
Saquon's
runs.
doing cool stuff, but that's
Yeah.
about the only like really exciting stuff. Or AJ Brown and Smith taking a big
Philly
catch.
football is a 9-minute drive for, with 24 plays that goes for 80 yards.
Ending in a tush push.
Ending in a tush push for a touchdown.
It's right, the prime thing is ending in forced tush pushes from the 4-yard line.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love it.
that is a Philly drive.
Sorry, I've got a really fun stat about Quinion Mitchell. His
Yep.
catch rate allowed is 41.6%. That is the lowest in the NFL for the last 3 seasons.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an outstanding corner.
Absolute lock for first team All Pro.
If they
I don't
redraft
think he's a
that
lock.
year,
He definitely is. 100%.
Nah, there's really good corners.
Ooh,
Stingley.
100% a lock.
it's
Stingley.
hard with Stingley, JC Horn.
Well, we've got an
Surtain,
all-pro
and-
video coming out. And, I've done all the votes.
And Big Spoon down in Seattle.
Yeah.
It's tough. Corner's a tough position. But
Yeah.
like I said, if he got in, you wouldn't
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be a
probably.
lock because
There's
all
so
5
many
of those guys are deserving of all pro.
Like JC Horn's probably not going to make All Pro, and he's had an amazing season.
Yeah, he's
You know what I mean?
he's had an all pro caliber season.
Yeah.
First team all pro caliber season. Yeah.
All right. What's our last game? Big, is it
We
last
got
game?
2 more
to go.
More. Sorry, big fella.
Our next game,
Ooh,
this
this is my game.
we got the Chargers taking on the
The
dominant
the soft
New
schedule
England.
merchant. One win again. This will be their second win if they win against the team with a winning record.
They've only beaten. That was an interesting stat that I was going to bring up off the top. They've played one team with a winning record, and that was the Bills, who they split with.
They played them twice. Then they've beaten one team.
Beaten them once. Yeah. So,
MVP.
This will be the best. This will be
And you like him. I actually like him too.
Actually, go back to the draft recap. I said he's going to be the best quarterback in the draft. That's how much I really like
You
him.
did love him, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone in this room thinks he should be MVP. I don't know why you keep bringing it up.
No, the whole world's bringing it up. I'm just adding fuel to the fire.
All right, that's
It's called rage bait in the big league.
So this is
Yeah,
the
it's called
first. This
getting
will be
comments,
I think
George.
This will be the first team with a winning record they've played in 10 weeks. I think I read. So that's-
No, can't be because they just played the Bills like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, but didn't they lose?
Yes, but they
Yeah.
played them.
They've played 2 teams with a winning record, which is the Bills twice. They've beaten them once.
once.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, the couple of talking points that I wanted to bring up for this game. Can Herbert bounce back after a shocking playoff performance last year? And before I do that, I want to read you his stats for his 2 playoff games that he's
It
played.
was against Houston. It was tough.
I know. I just want to read
But it happened.
stats. And hang on, you got the best internet here, bro. Justin Herbert has a passer rating of 60.7 this is in his 2 playoff games that he's played, with 515 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
That's 4 interceptions came in one game though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And a 60.7 passer rating.
That's against. Can I just say that was against the Titans? The Texans.
Yeah, it
And
was
I
a bad
think
game.
the Patriots defense, if you take Gonzalez away, is actually very, very grim.
Oh, yeah.
They're
This is a weird game, right? Because I don't think the Patriots are that good, right? I really don't. But the Chargers offensively due mainly to injuries and also to building a poor offensive line. Like the 2 tackles kills you. That's the injury part. But then the rest of them, the 3 interior guys are awful as well.
Yeah.
So Bozeman, the center's okay. Like he's not the worst I've ever seen.
I
but
like Bozeman. He's okay.
he's fine. He's tough as nails. He's
got some
hard.
go.
Yeah, he will brawl. Like
Yeah.
I like that. I like that in a guy. But the rest, like it's bad team building and then injuries that have hurt them. So that's going to open the door for a pass rush. It's probably going to generate some pressure because Herbert's the most pressured quarterback in the league, and that just brings the playing field down to pretty level. It's in Foxborough, which again brings it down another notch for the Chargers. I think the Chargers, if you go every other position but offensive line, they're better. They're better at every position. You can argue that they're not
running
as good
backs
at
probably a
quarterback.
push.
Running back, but I think they've got deeper running backs.
They got that
with-
Vidal kid who's
with
been really
Vidal
good this
and-
year.
Well, I
and
think who's on mate that did his Achilles? I think he's back.
Hampton.
No, who they get from
Najee.
Najee.
Oh, is he back?
Nah, I don't
think-
know about that.
No way, Najee Harris is back.
Oh, look.
A torn. Yeah. Anyway, look it up.
Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins didn't do his Achilles. He did his ankle or something.
Yeah,
earlier
I
in the
think
year.
he's
He's
back.
So it's another good guy for them.
Dobbins. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just.
Yeah, Najee
But
Harris. Is
I think that being said, like it's just again the Patriots, and it's not their fault, but they've just lucked out with the best playoff matchup they could have got as well at home with a banged up team, banged up Herbert, still got a broken
No,
hand.
it's not. No, I don't think it's the best matchup they could have got. I think this Chargers defense is still extremely legit. And if Drake May puts the ball in tight coverage.
Well, that leads me to my next point. Which
Sorry.
Is how will May
How
fare?
dare I take your win?
No, you're going to wait for him to talk. Then
I want to read this, then I want to let you say what you want to say. How will May fare in his playoff debut?
Yeah.
Because, like
against a very good defense.
A very good, especially their secondary. Their secondary is unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Derwin James flies around.
He's a cheat code. He's genuinely a cheat code. Yeah. I think that they're going to give Drake May some looks and then bait him into some throws, and he's susceptible to trying to throw himself out of like one bad throw.
Yeah.
So if he makes a bad throw and gets picked off, he's susceptible to that, which I don't mind. I love a gunslinger. I love the gunslinger mentality, and I see both sides of the coin here. But if you don't have the experience and they don't have the talent, it could get ugly quickly. And I think. Yeah, that's right.
Do you think the Chargers are going to get him?
I think so. Yeah, I think that Herbert can do enough. He's been running the ball. He's had the week off. The hands now healed a little bit more. We're 3 or 4 weeks since surgery. He's obviously got a live arm, and if they can get Keenan Allen, Johnson, and who's the rookie tight end? Starts with G. I can't remember his name. If they can get them going in the pass game, I think they can beat everything and more than the Patriots can handle.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
The next point I've got here is will the Chargers secondary be able to nullify the Pats' explosive passing offense?
I think they can. I think that's the one thing they can do.
That's where I think the game's basically going to be won or lost.
Yeah, I think the Chargers can do it. I think that's where they're going to probably I may as well say it, I think the Chargers are going to win. I think that's where they're probably going to get them in this game, is they will stop Drake May going downfield as much.
Yeah.
But in saying that, like the Texans, when they played the Texans got 2 deep balls on them in the first quarter. Then they tightened it up after that. So everyone's playing the game. You can get burned on a defense, but I don't think Josh McDaniels is that good a coordinator. I know he's won a lot of games, man.
Brady
won him a lot of games. I think Brady won him a hell of a lot of games. I think Brady was the OC on all the. I give, and this may be fairly or unfairly, depending on if you're a Patriots fan or not, is I think that the Snake McDaniels would not be in the NFL if it wasn't for those Brady years. He would not still be in the NFL. I think Brady carried him.
He does a good job in putting the defenses in conflict using the running back.
Yeah, but I think
there's a skill in doing that and then dropping defenses down to.
My thing is is he an OC that should be in the NFL? Yeah. Is he one of the best OCs ever, like people want to tell me he is? No. He had the luxury of playing with Brady for a long time, which pumped up his numbers and made him look a lot better than what he was.
Yeah.
Is it that people can say that's unfair, but that's just what I think of it. And they cheated.
They did
multiple times.
They 100% did
multiple times.
Yeah, got caught too.
Final point I've got is because again, this is another key point. I think whichever team can do this will win the game. Which team can establish the run game better?
The Patriots can generate big plays with Henderson. That's what he's been able to do a lot this year, especially down the stretch. But again, they've played so many bunnies that we talk about wiping the whole slate clean. If you wipe the whole slate clean of the Patriots season, they've just had big plays against shitty teams all the time.
Can I tell you who I think is going to do it?
The Chargers, because of Harbrow.
No, I'm telling you, the team that's going to
Herbert.
No, the Chargers will not be able to run the ball on the Pats, and
because Vrabel will shut it down.
One person and one person only. He's back. Milton Williams.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
He's back for this game, and that is a massive in. And I'm telling you, that's the reason why the Pats are going to win this game.
He had a great playoff run last year for the Eagles too.
Yeah,
Milton Williams.
If you look at the numbers pre Milton Williams injury and post, they're two completely different defenses, especially in the run game. When he's playing, they're one of the best run defenses. Yeah. In the first 10 weeks when he played, they were one of the best run defenses. I looked at the numbers. He's the key to this game, and I'm telling you, as a result, the Pats are going to win this game.
You got the Pats. I'm taking the Chargers. I think
the Pats winning. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a dirty game. It's going to be a lot of runs. It's going to be a real muddy game.
Harbrow and Vrabel matchup is just such a good coaching matchup because they're very similar in what they want to do.
Defensive running, arm wrestle.
They'll play it safe a lot of the time. They won't take a lot of risks. They'll want to break each other's backs.
Punt the ball, play field position, run the ball.
I'm just concerned that I think, and the reason I think the Chargers will win because, I think that's what will happen. It'll be a real arm wrestle. But I think Herbert will be able to generate a couple of big plays because he's just had such a good season. And he's, in most games this season, he's found a way to do that.
And also, he's been there and done it before.
Yes. And I don't think the Patriots.
Albeit played poorly, but yeah, your point's still there.
Well, his first playoff game, he played okay. It was just Lawrence tore him apart.
Yeah.
In the second half, it tore the defense apart. So I think this is a very well-rounded team. As I've said before, the Chargers are 2 all-pro tackles away from being a Super Bowl team. They don't have them. So it is what it is. I'm taking the Chargers because I've shat on the Patriots all year, so I have to take the Chargers. But I think it's going to be a pretty close game.
I've got the Pats winning 20-17.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Scotty, who are you taking?
Oh, Chargers. Yeah.
All right, that gets us to our last.
A quick note, if the Pats win convincingly, are you going to change your tune?
No, I'm going to use the excuse that the Chargers are injured and keep driving my point home until they play a real team.
What's winning convincingly?
Yeah, they win by 4 scores. You have to.
No, not 4 scores, but if they win by 10 points,
10
points isn't enough.
It just
in a playoff game.
It just depends on how the game goes. Right, there's 10-point wins that can be dominant, and there's 10-point wins that can be like
they kick a field goal with 2 minutes left, and they're
the Chargers. Let's put it this way: if the Chargers play well and the Patriots play well, and the Patriots win by 10 points, all the credit to them. It'll change my mind on it. Because, as you've said before, getting new information and not changing your perspective is like, it's stupid, right?
It's the number one sign of low intelligence.
Yeah, it's stupid. So
it actually is.
It'll change that. But if the Chargers just have an awful game and fall apart and they can't pass protect for Herbert and they go on and get a 10-point win, I'll be like, well, shit, they probably should have won by 20.
If the Chargers fall apart and they play poorly, is that the Patriots' fault?
That's what the game's going to tell me.
Or is that by design?
No, that's what the game's going to tell me. I think
fair.
I've watched enough football that I can watch that game and go, that was the Chargers just being awful. The Patriots didn't do a lot to actually do that, which is what they've done all year. Except for the first Bills game where they played really well in that game and actually beat the Bills. The Bills didn't play amazing, but the Patriots didn't let them play amazing. They played very well.
Test for the Pats is probably the best team they've played all year.
Really. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, last game of the week, Scotty Boys game. You've got the Houston Texans.
Geez, you really got two
Pittsburgh Steelers.
You really stitched up Scotty.
I think this is a good game.
It's a shocking game. Texans.
I gave him the Eagles. He wanted the Eagles. I gave him the Eagles.
Texans 3-point favorite on the road in the playoffs against this very stagnant, vanilla, boring Steelers team. My point here is I think Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson have. I saw the stats. I can't remember. I think it was 120 pressures.
Yeah, it's over 100. I know.
Yeah, 120 pressures and 20 sacks between them.
Yep. Daniel Hunter's one of the most underrated players in the history of the NFL.
Not in this room, he's not. We fucking love him.
No, but he's very underrated.
And we're looking at one of the worst O-lines in the league. Yeah, and everyone can say, all Rodgers has to do is get the ball out quick. And I think that D'Amico Ryans also knows that Rodgers has to get the ball out quick, and he's got all-pro safeties. He's got all-pro. He's got potentially 2 all-pro safeties and an all-pro corner that will stuff everything up close.
Yep.
And I think Rodgers may want to retire after this game. I think he's going to get the living fucking piss
because he can't run.
No, he can't run. He's going to get the
can't get away from pressure.
knocked out of him.
No, he's a proper statue, man.
Yeah,
at 42.
And I say the key point there is that we can get rid of the ball quick. D'Amico Ryans knows that.
Yeah, I think he knows that. He's a very good coach. He's an okay coordinator. Yeah, he might know that.
He is going to go, I know what they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that away. Watch your next punch. And I don't think the Steelers have a set.
I don't think they can run the ball efficiently enough. Now, I'm sure if in this game, Warren or Gainwell may make an explosive run. But overall...
DK's back as well.
Yeah, DK is back.
He's known to be a big game player. Not.
He's all right. One explosive run may inflate the numbers, the rushing numbers. I think that they will just stuff the run consistently.
Yeah. Shazier might kill someone. Like that's just not this week. That's any week.
Yeah.
He's a psycho, and I love it. Like he will be taking kill shots all day.
And on the flip side, I'm still not confident on the Steelers defense. I think Cam Hayward's had a really good year. I don't know if he's an all-pro caliber year.
He's the first. I think Cam Hayward's a first ballot Hall of Famer when he decides to
definitely wound back the clock. He looks great.
He's 100%.
And last week against the Ravens, Hayward was unreal in that game.
He was
he stepped up for the moment. And TJ Watt you could see he was uncomfortable with his. What did you have? A collapsed lung.
Yeah,
you could see he was uncomfortable, and he dogged it out the entire game.
Yeah, so, and Highsmith's good as well.
Yep,
Jalen Ramsey's good. The linebacker escapes me. The Ravens guy.
The
Patrick Queen.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, Smith.
Oh no, Patrick Queen is
Yeah.
now at the Steelers. Yeah.
It hasn't played that well, and they're very susceptible in the back end. The Texans' offense has improved dramatically.
Yep.
They're looking quite explosive. I think they've got two really good receivers in Collins and Higgins that can, and Kirk, who can, with all the in and under routes, and then eventually break one. They've been running the ball better. This is going to be a bloodbath.
You think Texas is just going to murder?
Oh, they're going to smoke them. Yep.
I don't agree with that at all.
This is where I think on paper, yes, I think the Texans could absolutely smoke them. But something about Pittsburgh, playoffs, big games, I don't think they'll win, but I think they'll find a way to make this more of a muddy game and make it a dirty game.
Oh,
and
you
keep
want to make it a
themselves in
muddy, dirty game against the best defense in the league.
In fairness, like the Texans offense, who's going to block TJ Watt first of all?
Texans
Who's going to
offense is
block Hayward?
not
Like
that good.
it's
Like,
not a
it's
very
not
good.
that
It's not a good offense at all. They've still got bloody Nick Chubb playing running back and Woody Marks.
Yeah.
But Woody Marks hasn't been amazing for the last 4 or 5
But he's
weeks.
explosive though.
But he's explosive. He can generate a big play. But this Pittsburgh defense has been okay at times.
What Woody Marks has been able to do, what the Steelers can't do, is keep the Texans in rhythm and keep the chains moving. He's proven that he can do enough to get 3, 4, 5 yards every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
And then I know everyone knows that the Texans O-line is a liability, but I just don't see enough talent on the back end of this defense to do anything about it.
They're
No,
definitely going to be able. So what are you saying? The Steelers aren't going to be able to get pressure?
No, I'm saying they can get pressure, but if Nico Collins is in one-on-one coverage and there's pressure on him, just flick him the ball. Like, who's stopping him?
That's easy enough to say sitting on this very
Well, he gets
uncomfortable
paid
couch,
enough
by the way.
money to do it.
But sitting on this lovely, uncomfortable couch is very easy to say. But
Yeah.
when the whips are firing and you got TJ Watt screaming off the edge, like I don't see it, man. I don't see it, and I don't see Stroud.
But they've
being
been
able
putting
to
on
do-
40 points on everyone.
And I think, in all fairness, the litmus test for this was 2 weeks ago when they only scored 6 points against the Cleveland Browns, who you'd argue have a worse defense than the Texans, but
I
are
don't
still,
think there's an argument.
but they're still a very good defensive team, and they
Yeah.
could only get 6 points. So
Yeah, like I said, your theory's not sound. The only concern for me in this game is Houston's offense. I just don't think they're a very good offense.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And I
But
think Stroud's
Stroud's played well in the playoffs.
He's going to have to play out.
He's
of
a
his
good playoff
skin
quarterback
for them to win this game.
He's been very
But
good.
he
at
has
the
been
playoffs.
playing well.
He's been playing well. I haven't said that he hasn't been playing well. He's going to have to play really, really well for them to win this game. Because one thing I know for sure that Rodgers is not going to throw this game away.
No.
Rodgers, the Steelers are not going to give this game away. The Texans are going to have to win this game.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're too. And say what you want about Tomlin. They're too well coached.
They tried to lose this game against the Ravens.
No, but Rodgers last.
What do you mean? Rodgers had an
Rodgers-
amazing game.
that 2-minute drive from Rodgers.
That was his best game of the
art.
season against the Ravens last week.
Yeah, no, but they butched a PAT.
Yeah, but that's not. He's saying that's not Rodgers.
No, I'm just saying, like, the Steelers in general, that
The
like,
Steelers in general are a well coached, well buttoned up, well drilled team.
you think Steelers going to win?
What I'm saying, Scott, if I can finish my thought, is that there's more than enough for them to be able to make this a muddy game, make it a close game. It's in Pittsburgh. There's more than enough for them to make a game of it. That's what I'm saying. They can definitely make a game of it.
Yeah, I don't think the Texans are just going to murder them.
I don't think so at all. No
I think
way.
Pittsburgh. I think Texans will win, but I think that Pittsburgh will hang in there.
And-
I don't think Pittsburgh can move the ball in this defense.
And it'll also bring up George's argument, which he's had a lot this year. Whoever's got the best quarterback and best coach is always in the game to win.
And I'm not betting, and thank you, Tom, which was going to lead me to my last point. I am not betting against Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs at home, and I'm not betting against Mike Tomlin at home. And another interesting stat that I saw, Mike Tomlin has never lost a game on a Monday night.
Yeah, Paul just put that in.
Never lost a game on a
Interestingly,
Monday night.
Steelers have
First
won
for everything.
23 Monday night football games at home in a row, and it will be freezing. So I don't know if that probably helps Rodgers over Stroud.
All said and done, I agree with you, though, Scotty. I was just being
Yeah.
devil's advocate.
Oh,
Do you want your prediction as well, Scott?
yeah, go for it. Shoot it.
What score you got? You've got 26-13 going the way of Houston.
I 100% disagree that this will be a blowout. There's no way that whichever team wins, it's going to be by field goal.
Yeah, I think Texans like 17-14.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah, like
what I
17-14. It could be 17-14 either way. Honestly, it really could be.
We'll see how it plays out. This is an interesting game. I think it's
This is a really interesting game.
because it's gonna could Tomlin let's just say for what you said, let's say the Texans just annihilate them. And Rodgers goes, yeah, I think I'm done. Is Tomlin done?
There's no better coach out there.
Tomlin won't.
Against the
Tomlin
same
won't
argument.
It depends what they've got in-house.
If they want to promote someone.
Tomlin won't get fired. He will move on before he gets fired.
Yeah, well, that's what the Steelers don't fire coaches in fairness.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
If it was going to happen, it would have already happened. There's been more than enough time, like with poor performances, where they could have fired him and they haven't. They're not going to do it now after making the playoffs. There's no way they're not going to do it.
And win the division too.
And win the division. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. All right. Very fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Arthur Smith, cool. Rodgers can't move.
Does Metcalf being back help him?
Of course it does.
No, because they've got 3 All-Pro DBs.
Yeah, I think Stingley can just shut down.
To say that it doesn't help them at all is ridiculous. Of course
Okay.
it helps them.
It helps, but it
Metcalf
doesn't,
helps.
it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't change anything.
Yeah, okay.
There's not enough other talent. And Rodgers can throw the ball, but
you're not getting Puka Nakua back.
Like all these throws, like we're watching highlights against fucking Cleveland and the Ravens.
Hey,
No,
come on, man.
Like even you can admit the Ravens defense this year's been.
I'm on record of
bad.
saying that I wanted
They're
the
one of the
Steelers to
worst.
make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're one of the worst like defensive backfields, and they've got all these like talented names.
Lamar
Like,
Jackson would have been murdered this week.
They will be able to make a game of it. There's no doubt.
I
About
think it'll be a guard. I think Texans 17-14 for me. Yep. Scotty's
Yeah.
got to win
I'm with you.
26-10.
yeah,
17-14.
26-13. Yeah.
6-13. All right, that is it for us this week.
That's pretty much the only game that we haven't all agreed on.
Yeah. Well, it's
No, you went Patriots and we went Chargers.
Oh, okay, cool. Second game. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
and Scotty went Green Bay and we went
Yeah.
Bears.
Oh,
So pretty much every game you didn't
oh, wait,
agree
we
on.
disagreed on a lot. Thanks, guys.
Funny, the only game you all agreed on was Philly winning, and I don't think that's happened all year. So.
No. And
Scott said they're going to win 3-0.
everyone keep in mind that
I said it as a joke.
English,
Come on.
English,
Couldn't happen though.
English is George's third language behind Greek and love.
No, I speak the language of love first.
No, he speaks the language of jet ski as
I
well.
was about to say he's a Lebanese jet ski inspector.
That's been on finance.
Inspector is very.
Keynote on finance.
Just look at our socials. I'm sure there'll be some sort of Instagram reel that I'll put up with.
Yeah.
I'll
The way-
impose
the way
George's
that-
face on a jet ski. For
The
you.
way that Instagram works, we've said it enough now. It's all going to be in your algorithm.
Scotty,
so don't
don't tell
worry
us
And
you
you know
know
what?
how
I can't-
Instagram works.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
true. I don't know
can't
how it
wait to hop
works.
into bed tonight and open Instagram and just every one of the Lebanese Navy trying to get their votes in.
Inspector's unreal, Scott.
All right, that is it for us. Make sure our sponsor the Sporting Club Churnside Park, QR code on the screen.
And buy your Super Bowl
Get-
tickets,
yeah.
for God's sakes.
Get your tickets, get down there. We'll see you there. This playoff is the playoffs. Is one of the most excited I've been for playoffs for.
It's so
since last year.
open. That's what I was going to say as like a finishing comment. Everything's so open, man. It's
There's-
unbelievable.
There's
There's
no
no-
team I'm like they're definitely 100%. Other than maybe the Rams is the closest one. Is the only
Even
one that
the
I think-
Rams are limped into the.
Yeah, and they've lost to the Panthers, so it just makes it interesting again,
Yeah.
even though they're much
And
better.
they've lost to the Panthers and Seattle recently, and that's if they beat the Panthers, they get Seattle. Like,
So
well, depending on Green Bay might.
yeah, unless Green Bay pull off an upset.
Also,
Yeah.
keep an eye out for the video coming out as well with a podcast this week. Boys are doing a all-pro.
We're doing the Vault All
Pick.
Pro.
And I
There'll be some
guarantee
fireworks
we
there.
will be punching on.
There'll be some fireworks.
Oh,
there, no doubt about it.
I've seen the teams. I've put it together. It'll be fun.
I
Yeah.
actually had a feeling we're all going to be pretty similar because
It is. There's a couple.
We do know ball.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple of positions that are very hard. It's just like
on
you
defense.
can just put. There's like 10 guys you could put in. And you'd be like, yep, fair enough.
Yeah, and it's going to be running back. That's where it's all going to go downhill from.
Oh, good. George will have Saquon Barkley number 1, obviously.
Not quite.
All right, Sporting on Trends Park. Thank you. Follow us on all our socials. Podcast Wednesday night this week. Peace out, everyone.